Hello, 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 my dear students. Today I'm going to tell you something about glands. Glands? What are glands? Well, maybe you think it's some kind of UFO, I don't know, or something really glamorous, or maybe even a combination of gloves and hands and glands. Oh, I know, it's just England without the EN. Well, that would all be nice and simple, but actually it's something different. A gland is an organ that's inside your body, obviously, and these are organs that produce body fluid. Not only fluid, they can also make chemical substances like hormones, so we have here a kidney that produces urine, a stomach that produces stomach acids, or gallbladder that produces gall. But you also have tears, sweat glands, and so on and so on. We produce these juices in reaction to certain stimuli or incentives we receive from throughout. This means glands are not receptors, like our five senses, but effectors, organs that are able to respond and that carry out reactions. So, organs which produce chemical substance and organs which carry out reactions. These are the first two things you need to know about plants. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, alright, Ophelia. But that's not all to it. You still have to be able to tell me 4 concepts about glands. Or you say 4 concepts. That's also easy peasy lemon squeezy, indeed, Ophelia again. But, it's biology. We tend to give really horrifying, difficult names to things that are actually really simple. So the first thing is secretion. I'm going to tell you a bit more about that. What's the difference between secretion and excretion? On the other hand, we have the exocrine system versus the endocrine system. You see, 4 words that all look a bit alike. So let's see how it works. As with people, we have a mix of different people with all kind of characteristics, and we like to categorize them. You have, the blonde people, the people with blue eyes, the smart ones, the short ones, the tall ones, the young ones, and so on. So with glands, it's just the same thing. So our first division is based on the liquid that is produced by the glands. Is it a useful product or is it actually a waste product? And do we need to get it out of our system? If it's a useful product or substance, we call this secretion. So, thumbs up for secretion. Some examples are our salivary gland, which produce saliva, so this helps us digest. We also have the pituitary gland, which controls a lot of processes inside our body. Or we have the lacrimal gland, which produces tears, that keeps our eyes moist. On the other hand, you have excretion. Now, maybe you can also already guess it. Excretion glands don't produce a useful substance, but they try to expel a waste product. I remember it because, it's an ex. If you have an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, not that it's waste, but you want to get rid of it, you don't want it anymore. Don't want to see or do anything with it. So it's past, it's history, you want it out of your system. So our main example here is kidney. It's actually the only one you need to remember for now. Kidneys produce urine, so urine is actually a waste product of our body. Now here's a surprise. Some glands can be both, can be a secretion and an excretion gland, like a sweat gland. Actually, it produces something useful, sweat, it cools us down. On the other hand, it also expels the excessive, it gets the excessive salt and sometimes even ammonia out of our body. Voila, that's one down. One more group to go. So the second group we divide on based on the place where it is, where the fluid or the substance is secreted. Is it on the inside or internally, or on the outside externally on your body? So the first one is the exocrine gland, and I think about exo, looks a bit like the exit, so it's external. These glands are a bit tricky since external also means everything in your digestive system. The digestive tract is nothing but a tube running down your body. So strictly speaking, this too is actually the outside. So these are exocrine glands. They often have a reservoir to store their product, like with the urine bladder. Luckily, we have a bladder. Otherwise, we would need to go to the loo like the whole time. More important, they have a duct, like a tube or a drain, with which they get their product on the right place. So, like the lacrimal gland, it has a tube, doesn't show mouse, and the kidneys, they also have tubes down there. So, tube or duct, that's more correct. Here are some different sorts of kinds of exocrine glands. On the other hand, then we have the endocrine system or endocrine glands. You can also already guess it. These are products. These are glands that give their products internally. So, on the inside, like our brain, where we think. These products are practically almost all hormones. These are chemical substances. We'll get into this later. And some examples of the pituitary gland, we already spoke a bit of it, ovaries, or the adrenal glands, which produce adrenaline. And as you can see here, these glands do not have a duct because they can secrete their hormones directly into the blood vessel. So this is actually, you can say, difference between exocrine and endocrine is the place where they secrete their product, but you can also think of it as a difference in the construction of the glands. So one last thing about glands, also like you can have glands that are both exocrine and endocrine. Like here the pancreas, it has a duct for draining digestive enzymes into our intestines. And on the other hand, you see it can produce insulin and glucagon, which are given to the blood vessels directly. So a quick summary. What do you have to know about glands? It are organs that produce chemical substance or body fluids. It are effectors. They carry out a reaction. It can be divided in secretion or excretion glands. Secretion glands give a good product and a useful substance. Excretions dispel a waste product. On the other hand, you have the place, or you can look at the construction of the gland. If it is an exocrine gland, it has a duct because it has to secrete this product on the externally. If it's an endocrine gland, it gives the fluid internally, so it doesn't have a duct because it goes directly into the blood vessel. Voila, that's it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Told ya. Bye.